Another one of the two movies I saw during the weekend was the Super Mario Brothers movie. So here are my thoughts on it. Hi, my name is Nathan and I talk about a bunch of movies on this channel. If you're new here, down below in the comment section, share what you thought of the Super Mario Brothers movie. Also, if you enjoy this video, I have more content like this over on my channel. Check those out when this video is over, and I do have a playlist of every single movie review I did in 2023. If you enjoy this video, click that like button, be sure to subscribe. It really does help a lot. And with that said, let's get started talking about the good. And what I just really enjoyed throughout the runtime of this film was that it was an accurate translation of the Nintendo Mario world, with all the little Nintendo Easter eggs and all these places where you go, oh, they're doing that in this movie. Oh, I know that place from the games. It just does so many things like that. That makes it just an accurate translation of Mario, only in animation and to the big screen. Also, because it has so many places, which if you're playing Mario games, you will have fun with it. It's just naturally set in a fun world with fun settings all throughout its 90-minute runtime. And because of that, it's just a very Nintendo-centric film. I play some of the Mario games on a Nintendo Switch myself, and as a person who plays Mario games, I had a lot of fun with all the settings, Easter eggs, all the Nintendoisms that it had throughout the film. With all the Easter eggs, the places, and the animation style, it's just all right there as an accurate translation of all of that. That's what I really enjoyed about this movie, and I think it works best as that Nintendo translation. And with a movie that has a fun setting, a fun set of characters, you need to have a story to pull it all together. And I would say this movie tells sort of an underdog hero's journey just through Mario. As Mario has a journey who has just this guy that's neglected and goes on a hero's journey throughout the film. Maybe it does seem a little bit familiar, but it plays the formula properly, and throughout the story, he grows, he changes, he has a character arc, and so it just tells that sort of story all the way from beginning to end. And with all of that stuff going on in the Nintendo world, there's a bunch of fun shenanigans that comes along and takes place with everything going on in this film. And so, in general, I loved how this film was able to bring a fun set of characters to life on the big screen and deliver on the stuff that I think it should have delivered as a Nintendo film. But there are a few problems here, so let's move on to the bad. And the first thing you have to talk about here is that the voice cast of this movie is, to me, a bit distracting. When this movie was first announced, and they had a stacked list of cast, and I'm just watching this movie, and I just hear voices that I've heard before. And in an animated movie, I shouldn't be paying attention to which voices I've heard before in other live-action movies, in particular with Chris Pratt. And so, that's a bit frustrating because it distracted me quite a bit when watching this film. Another thing to talk about here is that when they announced that Illumination was making this film, I was a bit skeptical, and while this movie does the Nintendoism so well, a bunch of the stuff that Illumination does, they decide to plop it in the movie, and I don't think that it works as well, and I think it hurt the film a little. In particular, the use of pop music. And I think that hurts the film quite a bit, because if it just worked as a Nintendo film without all the pop music, all the Illuminationisms, then I think it would have been a better film. But everything that Illumination does with all of their films just kind of hurt this film a little bit. Third one up here, the villain plot with Bowser is pretty confusing. Like, I don't know how he would go about it, how he would figure out a way to make this plan work in this particular way. And so it just comes off quite confusing. And there's some fun bits with it here and there, but in general, I think in that area it has a bit of plot issues. Final one up here, I just think the movie's way too rushed. It rushes through from plot point to plot point to plot point to plot point. The movie is only 90 minutes with the credits, and I think you could feel that when watching this movie. I mean, it just goes right away at it. They get into the Nintendo Land, or not the Nintendo Land, but like all of the little fun settings you see in Mario games. They get into that right away, and I think it's way too rushed. But in general, this is a good movie for what it is, but you have to go into it expecting a kiddie Mario movie and expect it to also be an Illumination film. So I'll give this one a B. It's good for what it is. I enjoyed it. I thought it was entertaining. But there are a few plot issues and the things that Illumination does that hurts it a bit. So there you have it. That's my thoughts on the Super Mario Brothers movie. Over on my channel, I have more content like this. Check those out right now. Down below in the comment section, share what you thought of the Super Mario Brothers movie. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end. I will see you in the next one.